the grapes of wrath is stored. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible sword. His truth is marching on.
I have seen him in the watchfires of 100 circling camps. They have builded him an altar in the evening dews and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Well, hello, everybody. Good evening, America. Good evening. I hope you're doing wonderful tonight. It's 7:14 Central on the beautiful Gulf Coast of Mississippi. And this is not a Toto class tonight. This is not the conservative college, and I'm not preaching. Tonight is a seminar, a free seminar, an educational opportunity for all of you. Tonight is information about a very important subject. I don't know if you know or not, but after I got so many emails over the past week or two from people wanting to know about why gold prices are exploding, I thought, you know what? It's time for another seminar because so many people have questions. So what I want you to do right now is go ahead and get the word out that we are live. Tonight, you get a free education on this important subject. I don't know if you know this or not, but today, gold broke a worldwide historical record. Let me find out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, $3,055. It's up 15% from yesterday. What is causing this explosion? But not only that, silver is rising, and I have some inside sources that tell me silver is about to go to $38 in the next few days. It's getting ready to skyrocket very soon. So I hope you're making a killing. Now, traditionally, gold and silver is not to make money with. It is to protect money. However, many of us that got into gold and silver years ago, we are laughing all the way to the bank right now. So, when I decided it was time to do another seminar, I hoped and prayed that I could get one of the best experts in this industry to join me tonight. And luckily, I did. Many of you know Mr. Bob Reid. He is the best. He is an expert in this industry. But not only is he going to educate you tonight on gold and silver itself, because I'm going to leave the classroom. I'm going to let him be our guest professor tonight. We're going to let him have the chalkboard, and he's going to teach. He's going to pour out his wellspring of knowledge. And then I'll come back at the end of the class and ask questions. But before I bring him on, I want you to know that gold and silver can be very intimidating. And I get that. Many of you watching me right now, the first thing you say is what? I wished I had some money to invest in gold and silver. And you're right. Traditionally, typically, to buy gold, you had to buy in ounces and kilos. You get big bars of it, and you had to have a chunk of money. But Bob Reid has helped create a company that I am a member of that has taken all of that anxiety away. And I don't care who's watching me tonight, how poor you are. You can start investing in gold and silver because the company we've created, not me, I'm part of it, but that company has made it possible now for you to buy gold and silver in grams, not just ounces and kilos, but literally, you can start getting it in the most minute levels. He's going to talk to you tonight how to do that. Now, you're going to hear him talking about a club, God's Money. Before we go any further, why do we call it God's Money? Very simple, because God created gold and silver when he created the world, when he created oil, when he created trees, he created diamonds, rubies, gold, and silver. So this is God's money. The dollars in your pocket is man's money. It's fake. Another word for fake, and you're going to hear Bob refer to this word a lot tonight, is fiat. FIAT. Class has started. Start taking your notes. Fake money is fiat money. When you hear that word fiat, what does it mean? It's not real. It's backed by nothing but a false hope. Now, there was a time it wasn't like that, and I personally believe it's illegal not to be like that, but we'll deal with that in another class. Tonight, Bob is going to teach you about this company that we've created to where every one of you watching me once a month can take a fake $100 bill that you've got in your pocket. I better be careful, not a fake one, but you understand what I'm saying. That $100 fiat bill, you can hand it to this company, and guess what they will do? They will exchange with you. They'll take your fake money and they'll give you God's money in silver, real silver. And it's just when I joined this company, I was like, why, who wouldn't do that? I mean, it's not like every other company where you pay to get products. Here, you're just exchanging fiat money for real money. Every month, it'll come to you. So I just want to encourage you tonight not to get discouraged. When Bob begins teaching, don't sit there and say, I wished I could. Well, baby, your wishing days are over. You can. And Bob's going to teach you how tonight. So, without further ado, it is my honor and my privilege to have one of the world's greatest experts, not only on gold and silver, but how you, the little man, can get involved in this industry. Bob, I want to welcome you tonight. Thank you for joining me, sir. And what about these prices of gold and silver that we're seeing today?
Oh, Brother Shane, it's what we anticipated, what we've been uh, knowing that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, all we have to do is not just look at America, but every country in the world. They all have fiat currency. They all print more of it up to keep their government running.
That's
So
right.
it kind of keeps the people quiet. At the same time, every time they print up money or that paper currency, doesn't matter if it's the euro or if it's the dollar or if it's the pound,
Right.
it dilutes what we've all worked real hard for and we've been taught to save. We've been taught to save. You know, those of us that are Christian, we know that we give the first tenth to the Lord.
Right.
But we've been
Absolutely.
taught also that if you want to have a good retirement, you don't want to be a street person, you need to save 10 to 15% of what you earn in your working life to be able to live at least at the same standard of living that you've lived throughout your 60-year working career. And we now know that none of us can exist on Social Security anymore. It's not enough to pay the bills, even if you paid off your loan for your home, your mortgage. People can work 60 years and they're not going to receive enough to buy groceries, pay electricity, pay their property taxes, pay the gas for their bill, pay the insurance for their car. They're not going to have enough to go month to month. They got to have other income. That's that other income that we were supposed to save. But how many times have we seen in my lifetime? I'm 78, so I was a baby boomer, born in 46, and I never knew anything about gold and silver. I didn't come with a gold spoon. My dad was 11th grade educated. My mom 4th grade educated. We were dirt poor. So I know what it's like working your way through college. I know what it's like to get out to do whatever it is to make ends meet. Now, I'm going to talk in plain everyday language for everyone, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
I've got a master's in business from LSU. I'm a macroeconomist, and I've been in gold and silver for 38 years. I know just about every player in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And when this company came along 8.5 years ago, and it's still a secret, I'm going to get to that at the end, but it's still a secret. Hardly anyone knows about it. I mean, your listeners have learned a little about it,
Right.
a few, but not that many. But tonight, and the way things have come about, there's a necessity
Yeah.
that everyone owns some God's money. Everyone needs
Absolutely.
to have some. And we're going to show everyone how to do it. Now, why is this? Well, if we go back just a little history, our currency and all currencies throughout history has been based on gold. Now, when it was taken off the gold standard in 1971, it became fiat. It was backed by nothing. It was backed by the promise of the government to back it up. Well, when our currency was the main currency around the world for trading and doing business, every other currency was pegged against the dollar. And so all currencies became fiat currencies at the same time. So what we're talking about is a global phenomena right now. And I think all of your listeners, and I think everybody that hears this, knows that America's $37 trillion in debt.
Bankrupt.
Yes, we are bankrupt. By literally bank accounting and bookkeeping terms, we are bankrupt.
Yes, sir.
But we're not. Well, why are we existing? Because they
Because
killed.
they can keep printing money.
That's right. And it further dilutes what you and I have worked real hard for and what your
Yep.
listeners have worked hard for. So that's what I started teaching many years ago, that everyone needs to buy and accumulate gold. But, the average person is afraid. They're afraid to do that. They don't know about it. They hear it advertised on TV. Look at the advertisements over the last 5 years. I mean, you can't even hardly watch an hour worth of TV, news, or
No.
anything else that you're not going to see 2 or 3 ads about gold and silver. And
J.G.
everyone
Wentworth.
pay attention. Do not buy from those companies. They're
Absolutely.
exorbitant prices. And they get you to and they even try to talk you into getting a loan to buy.
Wow. Wow.
Never do that.
Wow.
We don't do that. We teach people how to accumulate wealth and grow wealth and secure the financial position that they have and continue to improve it. So why is this? Well, if we look, ever since we went off the gold standard, the dollar today has a buying power of a little more than 1 penny of what it had
Wow.
when it was backed by gold in 1923.
That's
$1
insanity.
and a gold bought the same thing. They had the same purchasing power.
Insane.
And so that's the history. That's all the statistics that want to. Now, let me give you another one, Brother Shane. You just talked about the goal setting a worldwide record price today.
Right.
Well, I'm looking at the price right now. It's already gone up since you last looked
Wow.
at it. It's
Wow. Well,
$3,068.10.
that's another $10 in just today.
That's the spot price. Okay. That's a spot
Oh,
price. Nobody buys at spot price. That's a
right.
reference price. That's a paper price. So, see, these are the things we teach. If you're a member of the company we're associated with, the company we introduce you to, the company now that you've introduced to many in your audience, and we want every member in hearing, those that have an ear, those that can hear. We want every person to get the benefits of a membership in this company. Yes, it's a membership company.
Yes.
And I reference it. I kind of call it the Sam's of gold and silver, or the
Yeah,
Costco of gold and silver, or the Amazon
absolutely.
Prime of gold and silver. Okay, and with membership comes a lot of privileges, and we're
Yeah.
going to talk about the best privilege of this company, and that's one of learning about gold and silver, where you don't have people, kind of selling on you, hitting on you all the time. Actually, inside the membership, we have what the basics to teach you in lay language, what you need to know about gold and silver, the different forms of bullion, the different types of bullion, and the why one coin or one bar is different than the other, the difference between collectible coins and bullion coins. And
Don't we even give a certification?
yes, we have a
Yeah,
buyer certification and a
yeah.
collector
That
certification.
and that's
And we'll go through
included
that.
with their membership.
That
They
is
get
correct.
all of that training.
That's right. And so learning about we all become teachers, to even the rest of our family. If you learn about it, then you can teach your family about it. And they need to know. Because, see, this is what I was talking about. I got that master's in business from LSU. Oh, yeah, I learned all about macroeconomics. I learned about stocks, bonds, uh, debentures, tertiary notes, treasury notes, all these things. That's all paper too. But they never taught me anything about gold and silver. Yeah,
Wow.
brother Shane, do you know why they do not teach us in our education about gold and silver?
Tell me.
It's real simple. It's God's money, and you and God are in control when you own silver and
Ah,
gold.
okay. Got you, got you, got you,
You
got you.
are not their puppet anymore. You're not
Okay.
depending on them with the man's money.
Mm,
And
mm,
even the stockbrokers and people investing, they'll tell you, hey, don't buy gold and silver. It's not a good investment. Well,
right.
why do they tell you that? They don't make
Because
any money off
they're
of
not
you when
making
you
any
buy.
money.
Yeah,
And
they're
let me
not
clear,
making
we don't
commission.
make any money on selling gold and silver.
Nope. Our company sells it at what we call dealer direct cost when you're a
Yep.
member. Powerful. Okay. Now, why do we pay? Let's just talk some basics. Why do people need to own gold and silver? If all the wealthy people, all the banks, all the countries own, they hoard it. They have
Yeah.
lots of it. And over the last uh, 4 years, the countries and banks around the world have been buying hordes of gold.
Yep.
And where are they doing it? They're just holding on to it. Now, why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Well, they know that all the countries in the world are just like America, in debt up to their ears, and everyone anticipates. We don't know when it's going to happen, but currencies repegged. And what will they repeg them to? Gold and silver,
Absolutely.
like it always has been done. Centuries and centuries. This, history just repeats itself, and it's going to repeat itself again. And we all know that. So, why do Why does one that's sitting on Social Security need to own some gold and silver? Well, I just mentioned the fact we aren't going to have enough Social Security to live off of. But here's the other very disheartening fact. In
Mhm.
8 years, Social Security is bankrupt. There are many people just starting their retirement.
Right.
What happens when your Social Security check is cut off? Because it's
Mm,
bankrupt. See,
mm.
we got to start thinking about these things.
Yep.
God takes care of those who listen to him.
Uh-huh. That's right. That's what he did to Joseph. He told him what to do to prepare.
This message is coming out loud and clear to everyone that has an ear. You need to have financial insurance. This is what gold and silver is. Why do you have insurance on your home? I mean, you're spending money every
Okay.
month and you get nothing for it, right? It's just in case, right? It's just in case your house catches on fire and burns down.
Right. Right.
Okay. That's why you pay that hefty premium for homeowners insurance. Okay. Why do you have an automobile? Well, I know why you have automobile insurance. The government makes you buy it. But
That's
when you
right.
had a choice many years ago, there was
Mhm.
a time when I was growing up, it was a choice. The
Yeah.
government didn't make you buy it. Okay. But the people who were without it, when they had an accident and it was their fault, they lost everything they owned. So they really wish they had
Yeah.
automobile insurance. Okay. Okay. Gold and silver, plain and simple, is financial insurance, and everybody needs to own a little. Now, we're going to tell you today how it's affordable to everyone, that there's a way that you can do this. And it's the only company in the world that that's possible. And it's 8.5 years old. It's established. It's no like, we got a good idea and we're going to start. They're a proven, established. In fact, they're one of the largest gold and silver companies in the country, and still no one knows about them because
Amen.
they don't advertise on TV. Now, Brother Shane, why do they not advertise on TV like all the other gold and silver companies do?
Mhm.
Because they can't give you the best price if they do
True.
that.
True. True.
They can't give you the best price because not everybody with those $1 million ads buy. This company, now I'm gonna add something right now. This company wants you to have a satisfactory experience. And if you tell your neighbor about it, or your cousin, or your brother, or your sister, because they may not have listened to this show, may not have had the privilege to hear this message that you and I are putting out to those that have an ear to hear.
Yeah.
So if you tell them and they get a membership, they will pay you $80 or $20 in gold and deposit it into your account. Now you're going to know what that means in just a minute, but I wanted to put that in right here, that they want satisfied customers to tell their neighbors and their friends about it, and they will reward you by paying you gold so you can get to earn gold and silver. Hey, Brother Shane, great news here. This is all new with this company. We didn't have this 8.5 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
No.
They want the message to get out. So they are absolutely putting gold and silver in people's hands immediately. Now, when they get a membership, they're going to have gold deposited into their account
Mm.
with this company. When they get a membership, now you have to be a member to be able to buy and get the benefits of this company. Okay. Otherwise, you can buy retail just like at any other
Yeah, let
company.
me interject there because I'm getting some questions here. For those, let me explain to all of you before Bob continues. If you wanted right now, let's say somebody's watching and they've got $10,000 in a bank somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
20,000, 50,000, whatever. And those people have said, you know what, Bob, I hear what you're saying. I think I'm ready to transfer my dollars for gold and silver. Many people If they go and buy gold and silver from J.G. Wentworth or 177.com, whatever it is,
Exactly.
if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, that company must charge you either a commission or an upcharge. They cannot sell it to you at dealer direct pricing because they have a company to run. So if you join Costco of gold and silver and you say, you know what? Here's my annual membership. Now let me buy all the gold and silver I want. There's no limit. There is no markup. There's no commissions. Buy all day long. Log into your back office, buy, or log into your back office and sell, 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 sell. So I want everybody to understand what Bob is saying. This is a membership, very affordable, so very affordable, and the benefits are overwhelming. By the way, don't forget to make us talk about Bob, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, just making sure you're there. Don't
Oh,
let
the,
us
the
forget
video
to
went
tell
off.
y'all. Okay. Don't let us forget to tell you tonight because guess what time it is right now? It's tax season. Many of you are crying at how many taxes you're having to pay right now. Listen to me carefully. Wouldn't it be wonderful to know that you could get a huge tax break on buying gold and silver? And we're going to talk about some of that tonight because you're literally opening a business, if you will. So those are things. So stay tuned with us, follow and learn about this membership so that you can get gold and silver. You've got a 401k, get that money out, put it in gold and silver. We'll hold your hand every step of the way if you're a member. So thank you, Bob. I just wanted to help people understand what we mean by a membership.
Yeah. And well, exactly. It's just a membership, just like Costco or Amazon Prime. We're going to get to we're going to kind of summarize this at the end. I'm just trying to want to
Yes,
set the
sir.
stage for everybody of why they need gold and silver in the first place.
Yep.
Okay. And they need to have some, and regardless of what income bracket they're in. Like I said, if all they're doing is living off Social Security or disability check, they need gold and silver.
Yes,
They
sir.
need some. They need a little. Okay, doesn't mean they need a ton. And we're going to show
Right.
how that's possible tonight. Okay,
Okay.
so let's just say, Brother Shane, we've been doing this together for now almost a little more than 3 years, almost 4 years,
Uh-huh.
coming
Hmm.
up pretty close. And and do you know, just last year, I'm not going to go back 4 years because I don't have the price right in front of me. If I did, I could look at it and we could just say, look, gold was here at this date, and then gold is here at this date. Silver was here at this date. Silver is here at this date. And what's the probability of God's money going bankrupt? Zero. Nada. None.
Right.
Gold and silver never goes bankrupt. What's the
Never.
probability of a bond, a stock, or or even the government going bankrupt?
Almost 100%.
Exactly. They all go bankrupt, and over time. And
That's
and
right.
I mean, who would have thought Pan Am, one of the largest transnational airlines in the world, and now you don't even many people that's on hearing this, they said, "What in the world's Pan Am? What's Bob Reid talking about?" Hey, that was the number one airline. I flew it around the world many times. And that was one of the companies I had a major stock in, and it went bankrupt. Do you know what happened
Wow.
to all my money and that my wife had and we had in that stock? It's worth zero when it goes bankrupt. You get nothing.
Right.
We were
People were
saving like
jumping out of windows during the
that's right.
Depression.
But do you know I've never lost a penny on gold and silver that I've had all this 38 years? Never.
That's awesome.
It's always made money for me. Okay.
You don't have to
But
worry about it.
it's your security. So let's just look at the last year. I'm not talking about what you just talked about this year. I'm just talking about last year.
Hmm.
Gold increased 28%. I want a
Wow.
question to anybody out there. Did any of your accounts or any of your money you had in different accounts or places earn you 28% with
with
no
zero risk,
probability of
with
loss?
zero, yeah, with zero risk.
That's the beauty of God's money. And why do we call it God's money? Because man's been trying to make it for centuries and centuries. And I'm a chemical engineer too. And and I know people have been trying to make it. Man
Yeah,
can't make it. Only God, gold and
only
silver. And that's why we call it God's money.
that's
Well, the
right.
other reason is only you and God are in control of your money. So I'm going to say a shocker tonight, Brother Shane.
Okay.
I tell people quit putting money into 401ks and IRAs.
Hmm.
Start your own 401k and IRA with you and God, buying a little bit of gold and silver every month instead of putting that paper over there, wasting
Uh-huh.
away at risk, and somebody else is in charge of, and they
Okay.
change the rules. And look, just look what's about to be reported last year, how many people lost everything in their 401k because their company went bankrupt. That's a 401k. The employer and the government are in control of your retirement dollar, not you. And they tell you when you can take it out, how much you can take out, and how
That's
much
right.
penalty you got to pay if you're going to take it out. So why not start your own with this company, with the company that we're going to talk about in God's money, the one you're associated with, the one I'm associated with. Everybody can do that now, Brother Shane. Everyone. So, in particular to young listeners and young people, and to the parents of those who have younger people who may not be listening, this is something they need to know. And it's much better than magic dust crypto,
Right.
because what's that backed by? Nothing, nothing.
Right.
It's just magic dust.
Magic dust.
Okay, yeah, it's very risky. Oh, yeah, you can make a lot of money, but you can lose a lot of money. But to sell that crypto, you've got to have somebody willing to buy it.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of like stock. Now, let me tell you, you can sell God's money anytime, any place, because you know what? Everybody wants to buy it. And they want to buy it for less than what you paid for it, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, a beauty, I'm just dropping little tidbits here for the listeners, Brother Shane. Our company makes it easy, almost instantaneous, for a person who owns gold and silver with us to sell their gold and silver.
That's right.
Almost
That's very
clicking a
important.
button.
Very important.
It makes it, and they get the highest buyback price in the industry, and they don't have to
No
negotiate.
negotiating.
So higher than anyone else that would buy it from them for, and they don't have to negotiate.
Push of a button.
Now, that to me, that just makes it so simple. What do we have to be afraid of? We're afraid of fear itself. God tells us not to be afraid. Place our fear in His hands. He will take care of us. That's why I
Yes.
believe God provided this company for my children's children, others, and why I keep sharing the message of what this company does.
Yeah.
Now, so everyone needs some golden silver. I think we all are there, or should be there, and
Yeah.
we'll enough information to learn that we should. And so now it's, which products do you need to buy? How do you diversify in gold and silver? How do you do all the things they taught us to do with paper? Don't put it all in one place, okay? Don't invest everything in one stock. You be diversified. Well, everyone, it's the same with gold and silver. Don't put it all in just American Eagle gold coins or American Eagle silver coins or bars or Cougarans or Britannicas or Maple Leaves. Now I'm throwing out names. They may not be familiar with them, but those are country currency coins certified, recognized around the world, like the American Eagle gold and silver 1 ounce coin and smaller coins, smaller denomination. Those other countries have their own currencies, like Canada's the maple leaf. In the UK, it's the Britannica. In South Africa, it's the Cougarant. Okay. In Australia, it's the Philharmonic. I mean, Austria, it's the Philharmonic. In Australia, yeah, of course, it's the kangaroo. Okay. So we teach people how to do that, and you don't need a stockbroker. It's all in lay language. Anyone can read it. And we got video education and we got written education. But it's not difficult. It's very easy reads. A person can go through this stuff and learn in just a couple of days. And I call it to get uh, education, uh, a master's degree in gold and silver in just a few hours of relaxed time that they do on their own. No pressure. Nobody
Yeah.
nobody pushing you to buy this or buy that and buy this. In fact, they will have questions and we have people to help answer. Well, this is what I do and this is what they do. Nobody can tell you to buy this or that because none of us are really, financial advisors. We're just all one another customers, helping one
Mhm.
another solve our financial situation to improve our financial situation and let our income and wealth grow while we're improving our financial situation. That just makes
Yep.
good sense, Brother Shane.
Mhm.
So let me just jump to where we're at. We're 8.5 years old. The company we're associated with 8.5 years ago, very established. They have the leading technology in the industry. And I want to get to one point where everybody, I just want to hit this one here. They have they have what we call the division that you can buy various products, collectible product, Trump coins. I mean, we've had some of the most unique Trump coins and they sell out. And
Yeah,
believe
I've
me,
got them all.
these Trump coins are worth way more now because you can't make them again. Exactly. Oh, that's the fighting coin.
And look
uh,
at the back. Look at the back.
yeah, yeah.
Professor
And
Toto.
and I I love that one.
Imagine
And
what
so
that'd be worth when I'm dead and gone.
and so, you know, uh, these are coins people can buy. They don't have to, but so we have a large product list of unique, rare coins.
Bob, Bob, are you there? While he's coming back, I don't know what happened to him. Um, these coins, you need to get these coins in your hand. And I'm going to show you why real quick. Once you become a member of our Gold and Silver Club, you get access to something called Stack and Sell. Bob, are you back?
The
There
shame.
you go. There you go. Go ahead, Bob.
Not everyone. A lot of people live in apartments, small houses, live in local. They don't want people to know they got gold and silver.
Right.
Well, we've solved that problem, and you don't have to ship it. You don't
That's
have the
right.
problem of selling it. So we have the largest private vault in the country.
Now
Now,
let's make
private
something
vault,
clear. If if they want to get it in their hands, they can.
they can, they
Okay.
can,
Go
and
ahead.
they can get it even out of the private vault in their hand. Okay, but I want to
Gotcha.
go to this point because this covers, and in particular, everybody in America, regardless in any income class. Because see, we're the only company you can buy incremental gold. Now, you mentioned earlier in the introduction, a person could buy a gram of gold at different places. Uh, or you can even buy a half gram. But you know, buy a tenth of a gram, but you can from our company. What does that mean? It means that people can buy $20 a week, Brother Shane, $100 a month.
Wow.
They can pick out the amount that they can afford, and that's what we're going to be teaching. You know, God wants us all to be debt free. You know, he doesn't want us to be indebted to the neighbor, or so he wants us to be debt free. So we're going to have that path. So you figure out in your budget, we have how much you can buy every month in God's money, and just make it a habit. You're buying it every month. Well, that's going to accumulate with time. Just think if we'd have been doing this past year, what gold did. And I'm going to use gold as an example because I got them pulled up right here on the screen with the other major places that people can buy from. But to buy a 1 ounce gold coin or gold bar, most people cannot afford that. Well, we're talking about $3,400 minimum. And then you got to
Right.
have it, and then you got to store it. And you should be insuring it, because what happens if it gets stolen for a year, or house catches on fire? Uh-oh. Well, you can find, hopefully you can recover the melted gold, but it's still worse than
Right.
that. But
Yeah.
you better insure it. A lot of people with their gold and so they don't buy. I insure what I keep because
Right.
you know I want to make sure. And insurance for your personal articles is extremely expensive, everyone. I just want to let you know that in advance. Okay. So let's talk about starting out getting gold and silver and accumulating gold and silver. You pick out your number, $20 a week, $100 a week, $250 a month, whatever. You could even do $1 a day with this company. Now, everybody could afford $1 a day and should.
Right.
You could charge it to your credit card. That gold and silver is purchased and put into a vault, fully insured. And with our membership, we have 2 memberships. It depends on how much you can store in there free with no storage costs. Okay, no extra cost. So let me just go through this, and I'm going to pop real quick. Normally, we don't give this kind of information out. We want them to, go to that QR code, talk to one of advisors that work in your group with you, to one of the associates, to help answer their questions, explain things, and get. But we're going to give a whole bunch more information tonight. We're going to just let you know right now. Most Costco and Sam memberships and Amazon memberships, they're priced and you renew every year to keep that membership. Correct, Brother Shane?
Right. That's right.
Well, that's the way it was for almost 8 years. 8 years with this company.
And Bob, let me say, the reason people don't understand, the reason you can buy stuff at Sam's cheaper than Walmart is because Sam's doesn't make their money on product.
That's right.
They make it on a membership.
On the membership. Same with
And
Costco.
if they've got 1 million members paying $50 a year, that's $50 million a year guaranteed. They can sell rice for cost.
That's right.
And that's what we have done here. We've said, you know what? We're not going to make money on gold, silver, coins. We're going to have a membership. With that membership, you're going to get a business where you can make all of these tax deductible. You're going to get education where you can go in your back office, watch videos, and get certified knowledge in this industry. We're going to give you a membership to where you can buy all you want with no markup. Let's just say right now, somebody watching me had $100,000. They wanted to buy gold. They're going to lose the value of that $100,000 right off the top if they call JG Wentworth or anyone else, because they're going to have to pay a markup. losing value.
Yeah,
Come over here to us. You can buy whatever you want. You're not going to lose that value. And that's so important that
that's
people
right. Now
understand that.
we do have some retail products. Okay, there are
Mhm.
retail products, but there are wholesale price. In other words, you can't get these products normally
No,
elsewhere.
I'm speaking of bullion when I say no
I know
markup.
you're talking about,
Okay. Yes, sir.
and right, the only markup is the operational cost to run this company. Now, so
Correct.
they got costs. That's why we call it dealer direct price. They're not out to make a big profit or like the other companies on their bullion. So I like to be perfectly
Right.
plain about that.
Absolutely.
So let me give you this real little example where a person can buy $20 worth. Now, the smallest amount, I'm going to use the two largest or the three largest discount brokers that people can go and buy from.
Okay.
And if they have some bullion that's lower price of the particular bullion you want, I tell people go buy there because I've been buying from them for years.
Right.
I tell people to do that that are members of this company. But I'm going to tell you where none of them can beat our company, where it's affordable to everyone to own gold
Right.
and store it and keep it. Okay, let me just give a couple of quick examples. If we go to JM Bullion and we're going to find a half gram bar, that's the smallest bar you can get. Okay, and you can buy it on your credit card. And the price right now, I just looked it up, is $92.98. That is their least expensive. You can't buy anything less
What's the
expensive there.
what's the name of it?
What the
The company you're talking about.
the company was JM Bullion,
Okay.
okay, and it's a half gram gold NASCAR bar, okay.
Okay.
It's half gram, and the price to buy one of them with a credit card, or you can buy multiple, but it's $92.98. Then you're going to have to pay shipping, okay. So
Mhm.
uh and so $92.98, you can buy $100 worth of gold in our company, and you're going to get it. I'm going to give you the price, but if
Okay.
you take this and you multiply it out to get the grams and to get to ounces, you'll be paying $5,983.91 an ounce. Now, what we just say the goal was, the spot price? $3,068.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with our company at at that we're going to refer to you, you would pay $3,191.10 an ounce, and you could buy $20 worth or $100 worth. So you could buy
Wow.
$100 worth. You're going to get more gold, and you're going to pay $2,800 less an ounce. So what if you're buying that
Wow.
every week or every month? That's just one example. Let's go to another one. I'm going to go to SD Bullion, okay? And I'm going to go there, and they got a product, and I'm looking for the least expensive product you can buy, okay? And they'll ship to you, okay? Our product, they're going to hold in a vault for you in your membership. It's fully insured, so you don't have to worry about anybody stealing it from you. But the biggest benefits I'm about to tell you after I give you this comparison. Well, the 1/100th of 1 ounce gold bar, it's called a Scottsdale bar. It is $42.31 if you buy one with your credit card. Then you're going to have to pay, shipping to get it to you. So I'm just comparing product to product because, see, when they buy gold in our company, they don't have to pay shipping. It's just held into that private vault, fully insured, and they get like a digital wallet. They get to see exactly what they got, just like their bank account online. So they get to see what physical gold is there, and it's got to be physical gold. It's not digital, because in a private vault, it's audited every week by a third party to make sure everybody's gold added together, they got exactly the amount that all the people that own and storing gold there is there. Plus the insurance company that certifies and insures it, they want to make sure it's there too. That's when a third party audit is done. Okay, that's called a private vault. Now, vaulting's been, rich people have been using this for decades. Okay. Okay. So that 100th ounce bar at $42.28, if you multiply it times 100, you have what? 1 ounce. Okay. Well, that's $4,228 an ounce. Wouldn't you rather buy at 3,000? The price that I was just quoting you a minute, $3,191.90 an ounce? Of course you would. Do you see what a magnitude of difference? And those people advertising on TV, you can't even come close to these prices. These are the bulk deal. These are the bulk wholesale discount, biggest discounters in the marketplace until 7K came along 8.5 years ago. See, we used to compete with them on just bullion the ship. We have a better way for everybody now. Now, if you accumulate 1 full ounce or whatever, we have 4 types of bullion in that wallet, well, you can have it shipped to you. Okay, you can't have 1/100th of an ounce shipped to you in our program. You've got to get a full ounce. And if you want it shipped to you, and you have to pay the shipping. But why not leave it stored where it's safe and secure? And I'm going to tell you the other advantages. But let's go to the third biggest discount broker in the world that everybody buys from, all the wealthy people. I've bought from each one of these many, many, many years. Okay. A 10th ounce American Eagle gold coin. They have the best price on it right now. That's 1/10 of an ounce. It costs $419.50. Okay. Well, multiply it by 10, right? That'll give you 1 ounce. A lot of people can't afford to buy just 1/10 ounce American Eagle gold coin. But those that could, you're paying $4,175 for a full ounce. Why not buy a 10th ounce at a time in our company, and you're only paying $3,191? You're paying $1,000 less an ounce. Yeah, we call this incremental buying. Actually, we make it affordable to the average guy and gal. We make it affordable to anyone, regardless of their income. It's just, do you want to own God's money? Do you want to have a little bit of financial insurance? Do you want to
Yes,
take
sir.
these steps and start doing it? Now, do Brother Shane and I make any money when you buy that bullion? No.
Nope.
That's the whole point, that you can get it, you can have it stored, and but here's the big advantages, Brother Shane. We call this our sound money. We're the only company in the world that has this. We created the technology for all this. We created this, and few years ago, we came out, but we didn't have this kind of pricing that we would go afford and explain to anyone until this just recently. We got established. We changed our membership. Here's the great news, Brother Shane.
Hmm.
Sam and Costco, you got to renew it, and Amazon Prime, you got to renew it every year. Well, we used
Right.
to do the same thing. If you
Right.
recall, we had to renew our premium membership or basic membership
Right.
every year. Well, we don't have to renew it every year. We have lifetime memberships now, Brother Shane.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow.
Lifetime membership.
I
So
love it.
get it? Exactly. And so the real difference between our basic membership is real basic. We call it the customer. It's very affordable. It's $149. So see,
Yeah.
I'm talking now. I'm
Yeah.
giving facts here. So when you call somebody, you hit that QR code, you go to godsmoney.info and you make an appointment. Yeah, hey, they're going to answer your questions. They're going to talk to you. And like I'm talking to you, they're going to give you facts. And we just go, you make a decision. You got the basic membership, $149, but you can only store up to $1,000 for free in that Sound
Hmm.
Money private vault wallet.
Right.
Okay, a precious
Or
metal.
you can have it shipped to your house.
Well, you got to accumulate at least 1 full ounce, okay, before
Okay.
you can have it
Okay.
shipped. Can't
Got it.
can't can't ship smaller than the increments of the
Okay.
bullion. That way they give these low prices, okay? They have
Hmm.
to have they have to have a segregation of 4 different products. 2 silver
Okay.
products and two you have a coin and a bar in silver, you have a coin and a bar in gold. And so that's how it's done in there. And so you got to get the full product value weight before you can
Got
have
you.
it shipped. So,
Okay. Got it.
but here's the key. I'm telling people don't have it shipped to you. Do what I do. I leave it stored there. Okay. Why? Because when you're ready to sell it, here's what you got to do. You got to take it down to the local coin dealer, or you got to take it to the pawn shop. How many of you going to go to Dallas to the gold and silver market, Dallas, Texas? How many of you going to go to the Chicago Mercantile gold and silver market? How many of you
Okay.
going to go to New York to the gold and silver market? How many of you going to go to Los Angeles to the gold and silver market? That's a lot of travel and a lot of place to get a little bit more. Most of those companies will only, and they're going to negotiate hard with you, but they're going to try to get it as low as they can from you. That's just the way the market works in gold
Yes,
and silver,
sir.
especially those pawn shops. They're going to want to try and buy it from you for 85% of spot
Yes,
price,
sir.
but
Yes,
you bought
sir.
it over spot. Okay. But it has increased in value. Okay. So here's the beauty of keeping it in the vault, Brother Shane. With a click of a button, our company guarantees you get the highest buyback price in the industry. There's no negotiation. You click, it convert. They take your gold or silver, they put it in their stack, and then they take it and send you the money right deposited into your bank. 3 days later, you got an ACH transfer into your bank account, or
Look
they
on the
send,
screen.
and you
That's how easy it is, everybody. You can take it if it's in the vault, click list for sale. Just push the button.
well
Just push
that
the button.
that's for the collectible coins there, Brother
Yeah.
Shane.
Yes,
The
sir.
the sound money vault is where our bullion's at. But
Yeah.
this is what I want. The advantages, the security, the convenience. Never before in the industry has this kind of convenience to convert God's money when necessary, when you need it, when you have to have it. We tell you don't do that unless you got to. There's you want to save God's money.
Yeah.
You want to accumulate that. You want to grow it. But if you got to, it's as easy as clicking a button and you don't even have to negotiate. You don't have to ship it. You don't have to insure it. You don't have to travel. You don't have to wait 3 weeks on average is the industry conversion for buyback. Ours is instantaneous for the deal and 3 days to 5 days, depending if you want an ACH into your bank account or if you want a check sent to you.
All
Okay.
right. We got some
Okay,
questions
brother.
coming in.
I really got into the weeds there in detail, but it's
That's
very
good.
important for us to do that, Brother Shane.
So we have some questions here from Leanne Boyd Kate. But what if we want to hold it ourselves?
That if you want to hold it yourself, then let's buy from the 7K website
Okay.
where you have the product list and you go through the products and you pick out a product you want and then you buy it and you have it shipped to you and you see the prices and everything right there. And this is what I teach people in our group, and I teach everyone. Look, if we got a product and I know you can get it elsewhere cheaper, and that from a reputable, see, I'm not going to direct you to many of the what I call uh, not reliable and reputable suppliers, and they got lots of them out there. Like I
Yeah.
said, I've been here for 38 years. I just gave you the 3 alternative reputable discount brokers in the whole United States. I put them right here. I put them on display for you. I do that, and we do that to all of our members because we're patriots helping patriots. We're people helping one another improve our wealth position and grow our wealth position. And we don't want you to be paying more for product than you should. Okay.
Question, Donna Murray. How much is our membership? That
Okay.
is a great question.
149 for the basic. Very good question. And it comes with, they're going to deposit $20 of gold into your account. You're going to be able to store up to $1,000 of precious metals in that Max Vault Sound Money account that I just talked about, where you can put on autopilot, buying as much as you want. And you can put in the collectible coins when you're buying those. We have what we call stack and sell. So you actually have three businesses in one. That's a total business. So we can buy and sell and market collectible products. So you have a marketplace so you can sell them if you want to, and it keeps track of them. So you can only put 10 coins there. Now that's 149. Plus it comes with limited uh, tools if you wanted to kind of get some 1099 tax benefits, do some minimum things, and kind of treat it like a little sideline business, home
Yeah,
based
let's
type.
talk about that. Let's talk about that because I don't believe we focus on that enough. But
No,
I just
not at
filed my
all.
taxes.
But can I first say what the other
Sure.
membership is?
Go ahead.
It's a lifetime $5.99. You never renew again, and you get to store up to $50,000 free in that sound money vault of precious metals. And that's what I want everybody to get to in time. So you don't pay any
Yes, sir.
storage fees, you don't pay any insurance. You get to store that, build that wealth up. And I've got lots of people that's done that over this period of time. Now,
I,
you also get uh, $80, $40 of gold deposited into your account immediately. So you start out with $40 of gold. Plus, you have unlimited coins that you can put an account and store and work with in stack and sell. Now, those two entities, if you go over your limit in the basic, if you want to continue and put those in, that would cost $199 every year or for subscription in those. But in
okay.
here, you get all three unlimited and you have unlimited tools. And here's the big bonus, Brother Shane. Where we're teaching people to buy and we're teaching people you personally enroll, people you refer to the company. If you refer and they get a $5.99 membership, let's say you don't want to do the business, you don't want to do that, but you don't mind telling people about a good movie you saw, a good book you read, a good meal you had at a restaurant. Well, you might tell your neighbor or your friend about where you buy your gold and silver and why. And if they do join, you'll get paid $80 worth of instant gold deposited into your account. If they
Okay.
buy the basic membership, you'll get $20 of instant gold deposited in your account. But
Excellent. Now, I want to move quickly in because we're running out of time here. I want to move into uh, when I started buying gold and silver, and I bought my back then, whatever the membership was, I had to renew it every year. But no longer do we
4.99.
have to
It
renew
was
it. Yeah,
4.99.
okay. But now we don't have to renew it if we buy the lifetime membership. And when I began collecting my coins that I got every month,
That's right.
I didn't realize, and I don't think many of you watching me realize, that because I bought a membership, I also entered a business.
That's right.
And because of that, these coins and bullion, whatever I've got, everywhere I go, I'm in business. I show people my coins or my inventory.
Oh, your
Those
display product. Your
my
display product.
display products. And so with that, anywhere I go, if I'm showing my display products, guess what? I'm not going to say the rest because I'm on live, but you talk to your tax preparer because I talk to mine and my inventory was all tax deductible. So, my friends, this is an amazing opportunity for you to get some tax benefits and for you to have a business, because they're going to give you a website. When you get that membership, you're in business. Even if you don't work the business, you're in business.
You're in
And so
business.
you're in business. It's a great opportunity. And something else, Bob, that I want to tell folks, when you click that QR code right there, you're going to book an appointment with my personal assistant, Prentice Wiley or Kim Wiley. When you make that appointment, these people are going to take you by the hand. They are going to walk you through the process of becoming a member, or they'll just answer your questions, whatever you prefer. When you talk to them, there is something they're going to mention to you that I want to explain. Like Professor Toto is the world's best explainer. Let me explain this to you. I do not have the wherewithal to collect gold and silver every month. I'm just not going to do it. I'm busy. I forget, and I just don't do it. This company knew that most people are just like me. They created a monthly coin of the month program. It's completely optional, but it is the smartest thing you will ever do. And what they do is they say, hey, every month, if you get on that program, you're going to send us your fiat money that has no value. 100, what is it now? 100, 121 something a month, Bob, something like
Yeah.
that. Okay. You're going to send that to us every month, and we're going to send you. Let me show you what we're going to send you. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to send you offensive strategy. Now, you don't get in gold and silver to make money, folks. You get in it to protect your money. But if you get in the coin of the month program, you get into the collectible side of this business. And they're going to send you what you see on your screen, a coin every month. I just want to show you the possibility. Now, this is not happening. It will not happen on every coin you get. But one month they sent me, I gave them $100. They sent me that butterfly coin that you see on your screen. Okay. Look what I paid for it, $139. And that must be what the monthly program I chose was.
Mhm.
Today, I could click on that coin, watch this, click list for sale, and get $1,118 for that coin, making $1,000 profit. Now, this is not a coin of the month, the one I'm fixing to show you, John Kennedy. I went on the website and bought that for $6.99. I can click on it right now, list it for sale for $2,465. Now, every coin will not do that, but that is the potential of these monthly coin of the month collectible coins. And not only that, but it's also my inventory, my display products. So there's just a world of possibilities. So when you talk to Kim and Prentice, you say, hey, not only do I want a membership, an annual or a lifetime, but sign me up for that monthly trade out program where I trade fiat money for God's money, and it'll come automatically every month. And here's what you'll do. What was the man's name, Bob, that approached me 5 years ago? You remember his name that passed away?
Uh,
Warren? Was it Warren?
yes, it was. I forgot Warren, but
Okay.
and we hooked you up
Well,
with George, and George came over to
George,
your
but
church.
but Warren called me up one day and said, "Hey, I found a great company." He was a little scared to even tell me about it, and I
That's
said,
right.
well, "Sign me up, sign me up." From that day to this day, I've been getting these coins every month, and you know what I do with them? I throw them out of sight, out of mind. I put them to where I can't even. I I, I don't want to sell them. I
That's
leave
right.
them
You just
there.
put them on stack and sell. and keep an
That,
inventory.
that's what I do. I look on Stack and Sell, but I don't want to ever get rid of them unless I have to, because
That's
I
right.
want to pass them down to my children, my grandchildren, real wealth. But ladies and gentlemen, because that guy, Warren, he's passed away now, called me, I can't tell you how many hundreds of thousands of dollars I would not have in savings today with real money if it were not for that one man calling me. And I did, now the reason I've got that much because I did one for me, my wife, all my kids, all my grandkids. So I'm getting coins every month for all of them. And I'm grateful that I did this. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
talk about that coin of the
Yeah.
month program
It was Russell,
and some
Russell
tax.
Wilson. That's right, Russell. Hey,
Russell Warren.
you brought a good point up, and see this the collectible coins is the diversification. It's not you buy a lot of them; you just buy one a month, and
Right.
it enables you to participate in one of the most generous referral comp plans in the industry. Earning that gold bonus, gold instant gold pay, that comes with everyone if they refer someone. But the benefit of being able to participate and get those 1099 tax benefits. And I just saw a question pop up. So let me answer that question. It said they tried to use the coins with 7K as a business, and their tax preparer said they needed. That is not true. You don't have to make a
Thank
profit in a
you.
home-based business. And let us give you the information. That's why you talk with Kim and Prentice and
Yes.
the associates that we have. We can send you some of the top-rated tax professionals information, free information. You don't have to pay for it. Free information about home-based business and the guidelines for it. Tax attorneys, we can send you their information. uh, Tax consultant. We can send you. This is all 30 experts in the field, and I've been using a home based business tax deductions ever since 1991. Okay, and so that is absolutely not true. That tax preparer does not know what they're talking about. They're not
Yep.
qualified to actually prepare your tax return. You need to get a different tax preparer
And
because
Bob, a lot of tax preparers are not trained in knowing these
in
answers
home-based
for
business, that's right.
in home-based business. That's true.
That's right. And so basically, you get to turn personal expenses into business expenses. And that means you get back a lot more from Caesar that you gave to them to waste for you. And that's what I teach. Okay. And we got the third party validation information. And then you can seek out, you then know enough information that you can find the right tax preparer in your area to do your tax returns. Okay, that's the key. Now,
I know Kim and Prentice is watching right now. Kim and
absolutely.
Prentice, y'all jump on here with us. I want everybody to meet y'all real quick so that they know who they're going to be talking to. Uh, I know Kim's probably screaming at me right now. She hates the camera. But y'all jump on here real quick and let's bring y'all in. I want to introduce y'all and everybody watching me right now. Don't be afraid. I know it's intimidating and you have 1,000 questions. Just make the right move. Click on the code or go to godsmoney.info. If you don't know how to do a code, go to www.godsmoney.info. And I will tell you this, the greatest decision I ever made. Now, look, we may have somebody watching tonight that are business people and they've got contacts and maybe they've been in the direct marketing business before. I'm going to tell you something. The greatest opportunity. Let me just show y'all something. Hang tight. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. Let me show you something. I want to say something to somebody. Somebody may be watching that's been in the industry before and they're looking for the opportunity. You see this trophy? You see this trophy? Top income earner in the whole company in that particular rank. The greatest decision I ever made
Number
was
one.
joining this company. It was the best decision I ever made. And now
And
listen,
Brother
guys.
Shane, now it's gotten so
Uh-huh.
much better for everyone, like we were talking tonight. We have it's just gotten like 10 times better. And and it's really like gifts. The company is giving gifts back to everyone to make it where everyone can afford to own God's money.
You know, Bob,
Everyone, they know, the owners of this company know people need gold and silver.
you know, Bob, I'm passionate about this. I want to just speak to somebody. I just sort of feel in my spirit, somebody watching tonight. You you need to, this is an opportunity. I can't tell you how much it's changed my life. I tell you what it did for me. It made it to where I never have to depend on my church. I never have to take a dime from my church. It's made it to where my enemies can't touch me because the Lord's blessed me so much to where they can't hurt me. I can work for God without any concern of finances. 7K changed my life. I just got my 1099 and I'm crying over it a little bit. But anyway, my tax preparer. But nevertheless, it changed my life. And I want Bob to know that. Bob, what God's called me to do, I couldn't do it had I not found 7K or had I not found godsmoney.info. Okay. And so, uh, thank you for you and George for changing a life, for making my life and the people in my church. Do you know how many people I help poor, the poor, and it's all from this opportunity. So I want to bring in the lady that uh, made me who I am today in this company. And I mean that. I had the influence, but she had the work ethics to build one of the greatest opportunities that I've ever had. And I know she's kicking and screaming right now because she hates the camera, but I want to bring Kim and Prentice Wiley in tonight.
There you go.
Kim and Prentice
Amen.
are top notch. These people love their job. They will stay on the phone with you for hours, whereas I won't because I don't have the patience. But they will, and they have built an empire here. And Kim, I just want you and Prentice to say hello to everybody, say a few words, because everybody that clicks that code and makes an appointment, these are the two faces you're going to be talking to. So, good evening over in beautiful Florida.
Hi there.
Good afternoon.
Hey,
Good
Bob.
afternoon. Uh,
Hello, Brother
brother,
Prentice.
doing fine. Let me throw something out for y'all. I don't know if you've seen the comments. We just opened our calendar up for a weekend day so that we can take extra calls after this.
Okay.
Please, if you do make the appointment, please be there to answer the phone. Uh, because
Character.
only,
That's
only,
character.
yeah, just only limited space. The other thing I want to mention is tomorrow night is our God's Money Telegram page training session. Be
Okay.
there. We're going to go in depth on all of these wonderful things that Bob is talking about tonight. The changes in the company, the Sound Money wallet, the other things that we can do for you. And
Prentice, give me that information. Let me put it on the screen real quick. Where do they need to go for training?
go to Telegram,
Good.
and we
Okay.
are God's Money. That's our Telegram page.
God's Money on
Yeah.
Telegram.
God,
Yes, and
Okay.
that's
you
right.
can.
God's money on
Right.
Telegram.
And
Okay.
every Thursday night, we have a live Zoom meeting. The Zoom meeting is recorded and uploaded shortly. You'll also find some of Bob's trainings there. Bob has access to it, and you have access to Bob. And to tell you, most people don't realize what they have when they have that because uh, Bob charges a lot of money for speeches and stuff that he gives and
Yes.
trainings and seminars. And with us, he's getting this for free. I mean, if
Yes.
you're a member of this God's Money in our group, you're getting this for free. And that's all through the kindness of his heart and through the blessings that you've given us, Brother Vaughn, that we're
Thank
getting
you.
this. So
It
just
is a blessing.
it's such a blessing. And I have such a blessing in sharing with people and doing what I do for you and for the people. As you can see, like Bob, there's a lot of chrome in this. And this is a point in my life I have the opportunity to give back. I'm now 73.
Absolutely.
So this is my way of giving back and trying to help my fellow man learn the lessons that I've learned in the last 7 years, 7 years with this company that I never was taught before. After 51 years in corporate world, I wasn't taught this. In college, I wasn't taught this. In high school, I wasn't taught this, simply because they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know.
That's right. You're right. Prentice, I want to thank you and Kim publicly because there are thousands of people watching us tonight. I want to thank you and tell you that First Harvest Ministries would not be able to stand against the attacks that we go through. We wouldn't be able to stand had it not been for the hard work that y'all have put in for what, 3, 4 years almost, night and day. From my heart, thank you. Many people tell me, they said, I talked to Kim and Prentice. That's the only reason I enrolled. They made me feel comfortable. Job well done. And I think the best is yet to come. I think we're
I believe
fixing
it.
to
I
go
believe it.
through the roof here.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you, Bob.
right. Bob, thank you, my friend.
Well, Kim,
Bob,
thank you, Brother Shane, Kim, and Prentice. It's been a great association. I remember that first day you introduced me to Kim
I
because I
remember.
said, you're going to need someone that can administer this. And the Lord gave you Kim and you gave me
He
Kim.
did.
And,
He did.
and it's
I
been
remember
magic ever since.
you called me and told me,
They're a blessing to your ministry.
you told me, you said, if I had 10 more like her, nothing we couldn't do. And she has been a blessing.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Kim and Prentice. We'll see y'all. Start booking appointments.
Thank you.
Okay. Brother Bob, thank you.
Yeah, and it's
Go ahead.
godsmoney.info. We need to put
Yeah, let's
that
put
back
it
up,
back
your
on
QR
there.
code. God's money, because I've been seeing some people wanting to know the website.
God's Money.
Money.
Let me
.info. That's where they go.
www.godsmoney.info. Let me put it on the screen.
And book an appointment because, it never hurts to get information. Information's free. And all we want to do is share.
Absolutely. And let's make that clear. There is no obligation. You book an appointment, let him explain everything to you. And that's just free information. Okay. Get on the phone with them. Bob, I really appreciate, for those watching right now, this is not a Toto class tonight. Many people are asking questions. I thought you was having class tomorrow night. Professor Toto will be here to teach you about the Great Republic tomorrow night at 7 Central. But tonight, this is a seminar to educate you. Bob, thank you for being my guest tonight. God bless you. I look forward to better days ahead.
Amen, brother. Amen. Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure being here. And I look forward to coming back and visiting with you at future opportunities.
Thank you, Brother Bob. Have a great night. All right, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful evening tonight. Professor Toto will be teaching tomorrow night at 7 Central. Normally, I teach on Tuesday nights, but we rescheduled our class this week only for Thursday night. And we will be here at 7 Central. We have so much to teach about tomorrow night. Oh, so much. If you've not watched my video on the Alien Act, the Alien Enemies Act of 1796, you need to go watch it. It's on all my platforms where I explain to you how Donald Trump's going to defeat these rogue judges. And you need to watch that, okay? But tomorrow night, a lot to talk about. If you're watching and you're looking for an opportunity, financial, now, if maybe you've been in direct marketing before and you're like, I just can't do it. This is the only company I've ever known where all you're doing is telling people to trade fake money for real money. And when they say, yes, I can do that, you will be blessed for that. Okay. Thank you for joining me tonight. God bless every one of you. I love my audience. I love my friends and my followers. And by the way, if you do join this and take a membership Every month, this company will send a portion of that to support Professor Toto and First Harvest Church. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.